Hey crafty friends, Laura Rumble back with another scrapbook layout video for Dinosaur Week. Today I am using Sticker Kitten's Birthday Dinos collection. I've done quite a lot of fussy cutting and I have an idea to have the photo to the right of the page and a column of dinosaur embellishment goodness to the left of the page. So the dinosaurs get shuffled around a bit and I'm going to have balloons and stars scattered, and I decide that I definitely want the photo matted on some of this tealy polka dot paper. Just a small border around the outside, and then I'm a bit squirrel today. I'm going to move on to some stamping. Come back to the photo later. I am using my Misty because I am a bit of an incompetent stamper. More often than not, when I'm not using my Misty, I make mistakes. To be fair, I make mistakes with the Misty, but they're much less frequent. So I'm just popping down my stamps. I'm using pretty much everything from the stamp set apart from the cake, and I'm going to ink them up in, it's a dark grey ink. I thought black would be too harsh, too stark. So I've gone for the darkest grey ink that I own. It's an Altenew ink cube, and it comes in a set of 4 with different shades of grey. And it's quite handy because often I feel that black is too much and go with a grey or even a navy instead. I think it gives a much softer, it's just softer really. So I'm going to move things around, clean the stamps off, place them again. I do a little bit of stamp surgery here. There's 2 stars joined together and I snip them apart, and they'll go back together if I want to stamp them as one, but to be honest, I'll get more use out of them as individual stamps, and no harm is done to the design when you snip them apart. So yeah, it's all good. I think maybe just a few more little scatterings around and about to just plump out the column of stamping, and then this is going to be in the background and the fussy cut dinos and balloons and stars will go on top. Back to the photo, I'm just trimming so that there's one line of polka dots showing around the edge. It's a very thin frame, but the way that the sizing worked, you get just one polka dot and it gives it quite an interesting look. So I'm finalising where the dinosaurs are going to go. And the dinosaur with the cake goes at the bottom. Then there's 2 that are kind of floating, and the Triceratops at the top is floating. He's got a couple of balloons tied around his waist. So I'm taking them as really, really strong helium balloons. They're taking the dino for a little flight. I'm going to have a small cluster on the photo in the bottom right corner. There's a bit of dead space in the photo, and as it happens, the little cupcake and star fit quite nicely. I think I end up fussy cutting another balloon and popping that down as well. As for the fussy cut paper pieces, I'm holding them in place with just a tiny dot of glue. Don't need much to keep them in place, especially not when an album, when the layout is going in an album in a page protector. Things were not going to get knocked off the page easily at all. And my Tombow Mono Multi, goodness I can't talk today, is a very strong glue and keeps things in place no problem. I'm using a tiny bit of foam just behind the cupcake just to give an extra little pop. See things how things are looking, and I decide that I need to add flames to the candles and strings to the balloons. to pull out some glitter pens that I've had for years, decades probably, and they're still going strong. Drawing a flame on the photo did not work, so just scribble out some on a scrap of paper and fussy cut out a flame. I know I need some sort of title, I'm really not sure what, so I move on to a sprinkling of star stickers. These are tiny sort of enamel shapes. I've got a little bit of glitter in them as well, which is a nice effect, and I call it good. And I know that I'm still working on a title in my head. It comes to me later and I do it off camera. Just a mixture of alphas, and there we go. A few pre-made stickers. And just like that, it's the end of Dinosaur Week. Thank you very much for your likes and comments throughout the week. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I will see you in the next video. Bye friends.